So, a lot of you have wanted to see my Pokemon collection for a while. So, this is showing you my binder that I keep it in. I got my binder off Temu about a year ago. And now you'll be able to see all the cards I have. So, I have been collecting Pokemon cards since 2015 through the massive group of my friends as well as people I have lived with. We are putting all of my best cards together in a binder, and then hopefully the long-term plan is once I find the rarest card of each Pokemon, I will sell my entire collection as a whole. So we're going to go through page by page. If I have an empty spot, that just means I have not collected that Pokemon card of any rarity, and I am looking for those cards. But the ultimate goal is to make a full art binder, which is a work in progress. But let's get started. So here are all the Pokemon for the first 151. Now there might be a slight bit of glare with my ring light. Outside of that, you should be able to see it. There will be a document posted later, and I will have the link on my YouTube page. That will take you to a separate document. I believe I'll do a Google Doc where you can see every actual photograph of all of the cards that I currently have, and then which cards I am looking for. Anyone that wants to help contribute to my collection would be given a shout out on my channel when I do end up adding your cards to my collection. And I hope that we can make one giant masterpiece together. So as you can see, I am missing some cards. These are the baby Pokemon, so that would be your Cleffa, your Igglybuff, I forget the other one. I am missing Bayleaf. I have quite a bit of cards, so this is just a small taste in what I actually have. Tyrogue, Magby. Can't remember everyone offhand. I know Magby goes there because Electabuzz goes there. But I am slowly working on a very long, lengthy project. I prefer full art because of its beautiful artwork design. Willing to pay market value without going overboard. I prefer the full art designs over any V-Stars, EX cards. Certain ones are really hard to find, other ones are not so hard. This is Wynut, the pre-evolution of Wobbuffet. Still looking for him. Like I said, I have friends, I have roommates, I have a bunch of different people that are helping me complete my collection. I can definitely tell you seeing this in person is a pretty cool experience, considering how many cards I have. So I'm missing Bonsai and Skunk Tank. I don't personally care on the rarity as long as I'm completing it and then I'm just updating it. So putting the cooler cards in as I swap them out. Still a pretty massive collection. This is the generation that has all full arts with Black Bolt and White Flare. So I have plans to collect the entire collection of Black Bolt and White Flare. Even if that means getting them in not English. I am open-minded. Once I get them in English, they will be swapped out for the ones that are in different languages. English is the plan. I am missing Chespin, which is, in my opinion, kind of hilarious considering One point I did have him. Don't know where he went. My newest card is N's Reshiram. I've had this one forever, but I'm glad I got the Reshiram. It's a recent pull. Definitely fun looking at people's cards. I'm missing the final evolution for both of the fossils. Rainbow cards are always nice. This is the fun part. I am missing a good chunk of the Ultra Beasts. I asked a recent vendor, Facebook person who has the collection that I'm missing, majority of the ones I am missing. I asked that person. He's the one who asked me to give a shout out to his son, Iverson, who's also autistic. I'm hoping he can follow through on his agreement and I can fill in these spaces with the cards that he will be sending me from Tennessee. Artworks are probably the coolest thing that makes Pokemon cards worth collecting. Like I said, if you see any kind of glare from my ring light, I do apologize. I have Zamenta, which is the full art from base set EBTs. If anyone has the sword equivalent of the full art, I am looking for it. The rest of these empty holes are the other dinosaur mix and matches. I'm missing one of the unique Pokemon that come from Arceus. Can't remember offhand who he is. So, like I said, full arts are some of the prettiest cards out there. And then as we get into the newer cards, I am missing a handful of the different variants. But full art is the priority. I do have the last card. I do have him logo. Problem is my binder only goes up to 1024. Here's the card for 1025. So I am very much hoping that any of you that are helping me complete my collection follow through in your commitments and help me make a really amazing, awesome binder that I can then show off to other people. So I'm going to flip back to the beginning so you guys can all see once again my massive collection. And as I get new cards from strangers, I will give them a shout out, show you what they gave me, and we will swap out cards. I'm working on an endless project at the moment with my roommates, so I can put all of my additional cards that I have stashed away on my back table into a better organizer, so that if we ever decide to do trading of any kind, I can send cards your way, and vice versa. Like I said, I have some of the best artworks I've been collecting since 2015. I've had lots of contributions from several people over the years, and everyone wants to see my collection grow. I got this binder off Temu. I will include the link in the description when I go back through and edit this live. And hopefully you can look at my binder in the future and be like, hey, I gave them that card. I am being remembered and recognized. I have the Latios. I would love the Latios from that set. I have no intention of PSA grading any of these cards. At the end of the day, if I get a completed set of number 1 through 1025, and they're all full arts, I may go out of my way and get them graded just to have a completed collection that is graded. And definitely tell you, this is one of the coolest looking binders I have. The end of the day, all the full arts will end up in their own binder, so I can keep better track of what cards I still need versus the cards I have. Use this binder as a reference for placement. But I can definitely tell you I am very excited on pursuing this endeavor. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.